Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my dueling videos. Today I have for you a deck that was made by a good friend of mine, Rapid. He showed me some of the replays he got, playing with this deck, and it was just too spicy not to try it out. So basically what you're looking at is a basic Silent Magician, Gravekeeper deck. There's not, a whole lot that is new that you haven't seen before, but you normally see this deck being run in Transcendent Crystals with Jesse, so that you can discard your Silent Burnings to search your Silent Magician, stuff like that. He, however, put the spicy spin of using life cost 0 and Cyber-Stein as a secondary win condition. Now you're probably gonna argue that the Cyber-Stein hinders the deck more than it helps its consistency. But the amount of spice you get when you get the Cyber-Stein off, it's amazing. The deck wins a lot by itself. This actually took me from Platinum 1 to Platinum 4 when I stopped playing it. And Silent Magician on its own was winning a lot of those duels. I threw in one Jinso for good measure because one of the weaknesses this deck has is stall decks, and I've been seeing a lot of Weevil burn lately. I also ran into a couple of Ojamago Chas, so I threw in the Jinso, came in clutch a couple times as a one-off. But basically, what we have in the extra deck for the Cyber-Stein is also very unusual. Well, sort of unusual. We have 3 Gatling Dragon, which once per turn you can toin I just messed that up so bad. You can toss a coin 3 times and destroy as many monsters on the field as possible, but not more than the number of heads. So this applies to your monsters as well. If your opponent only controls 1 and you flip 2 heads, you have to destroy 1 of your own. And what you want to do with that is you want to summon 1 Gatling Dragon and 1 Panzer Dragon, so that you can destroy the Panzer Dragon with the Gatling Dragon effect. Because this Panzer Dragon is going to allow you to take care of back row. The deck doesn't have, as I mentioned, a lot of ways to deal with back row. So Panzer Dragon is going to let you destroy, a spell or trap, and then you can go into another Gatling Dragon, or you can go into your Blue Eyes Ultimate Beefsteak if you need to finish the game there. It's just, when it comes out, it's a ton of fun. So yeah, 3 Silent Magician, 3 Gravekeeper's Recruiter, 1 Gravekeeper's Curse. He threw this in there so that you would have an extra thing to add whenever you ran out of recruiters. And the 500 damage on summon can actually come in pretty clutch, because you can summon this, deal 500, and then immediately go into your Silent Magician, and damage adds up. We have 2 the Tricky, which is the main way you're gonna get your Silent Burning to the graveyard, but we're also running 3 Dark World Dealings. This will not only help you get into your combo piece being Cyber-Stein, it'll also help you put Silent Burning in the graveyard so that you can search your Silent Magician. 1 Treacherous Trap Hole, running 21 cards because I added the Jinso. I didn't want to take anything that he had in the deck already, so I just rocked the 21 cards. And then the 1 Silent Magician level 8, which will break you about 70% of the time, at least my statistics. Let's go ahead and get started on some of these replays. And we're gonna start against the Rex Raptor. So the reason why I went with Odeon and life cost 0 is because I didn't want to use Tea. I feel like people kind of expect Tea to run that. If you're running Odeon and you don't have a trigger skill at the beginning, it can be chain reaction, it can be endless trap hell, it can be a lot of things. So they won't always expect the life cost 0 right away. So I didn't know what this Rex was gonna try to do, so my plan was to just let him deal some damage to me, so I could go into my Cyber-Stein that I already had in hand. But at the same time, I don't want to just leave the field completely open, because then he could kill me. So we're thinning the deck out. We're gonna take 1600 here, and then I decide that it's time to go into my Silent Magician. Maybe start triggering some of that back row in case I have to go into my Cyber-Stein eventually. And this was feeling hopeful, He destroys my Silent Magician. I'm gonna get Silent Magician level 8. I could have not activated the effect and just taken the damage from Dyna to activate my skill, but with as much back row as he had, it didn't seem worth it. So we're gonna put Silent Magician level 8, and then we're just gonna be poking at his monsters until, you know, we get a reliable win condition. I was a little bit afraid about attacking into a Spike and Shield, but I get him to lower his life points by 1,000 using a Cosmic Cyclone. I have Treacherous Trapful, so I'm not losing any value. He's just losing life points. And he Cosmic Cyclones my Silent Burning. And at this point, you probably see where this is going. He's down to 100 life points all by himself. So all I have to do is summon the Curse, and he was probably very salty about that. I figured his win con was one of the, you know, one of the Sujins or Kasujin or whatever, face down for me to just attack into it with Titan Showdown. So I wasn't trying to fall for that. And that way I didn't even have to worry about attacking to deal the last 100 life points that I needed. We have a Mecha Marik here. Unfortunately, like I said, this deck won a lot without the Cyber-Stein, so it was kind of hard to get clips for this. I'm pretty sure I got Cyber-Stein out on a few of these duels, but some of these are just, you know, basic wins with Silent Magician. Pretty strong turn 1, you get a negation, you get a follow-up level 8 if they destroy it. It's just too good, man. So yeah, he summons a Recon, sets 2 more. He knows he can't deal with the follow-up level 8. So this was an animal play. I didn't need to do this. I could have just attacked for the 3,000, you know, triggered the back row. Chances were that my opponent was not going to... was gonna have something to stop my Silent Magician, you know, being Canadia, double Econ, Mayhem for Hire. But I still kind of went for the cheesy OTK. If you activate Silent Burning and you draw into 6, that is exactly 4,000 attacks, so it would have been lethal. But instead, I just gave my opponent 4 cards. So I gave him a huge amount of resources, and he took no damage from that. So we're gonna see For Hire go into its full shenanigans, beat into Donpa to search out a Dyna. Donpa is going to destroy my Silent Magician, but the Dyna cannot get over my Silent Magician level 8, so we're not feeling too bad right now until I saw the Treacherous Trapful. Luckily for me, this guy is running Marik, so he doesn't have beatdown. Otherwise I would have been dead. Instead, he puts me at 300 life points, and I have my Cyber-Stein in hand already. So we're gonna go life cost 0, and we're gonna start the shenanigans. As I mentioned, you want to summon Panzer Dragon, and you want to summon your Gatling Dragon. Unfortunately for me, I only get 1 hit, so I have to only destroy my Panzer Dragon. And I'm doing that so that I can get rid of the back row, which was a Mayhem for Hire, so at least I get him to trigger that. He's gonna search another Donpa. I'm gonna get to summon another Gatling Dragon. But first I kinda thinned the deck out, you know, just for the lulz. I probably shouldn't have done this in case, you know, this man was running a Kuriboh. You don't want to give your opponent the chance to draw into the Kuriboh. So we're gonna summon our second Gatling Dragon. This time we're gonna get double heads. So we're gonna destroy the Dyna, and we're gonna destroy our own Gatling Dragon, so that we can summon yet another Gatling Dragon, activate the effect once again, and this time I wanted a double heads. I only get 1, so my only choice is to destroy my own Gatling Dragon to finally bring out the Blue Eyes White Beef Stick, hitting for 45 to the face, and that's the game. It feels so good for some reason to just special summon your entire extra deck with Cyber-Stein. It's definitely not fair, but it's fun. We got Rex, Marik, Kaiba next. And I know you're probably wondering, why don't you run cards like Cosmic Cyclone, cards that are gonna help you, you know, get your life points down to 1,000. And the thing was, I felt like Cyber-Stein was already hindering the deck a little bit, you know, the deck's consistency, that the more cards I threw in for the Cyber-Stein engine, the worse the Silent Magician engine was going to get. And I didn't want to, you know, just compromise the entire deck and make 2 inconsistent decks. I'd rather just, you know, went with this full Silent Magician. Whenever we get the Cyber-Stein, we get it. It's fun. and you know, that's that. This replay hurt. I shouldn't have saved this replay, but this man was so unbelievably bad that I wanted to just make a public announcement. This guy saw a 3000 attack Silent Magician, saw an enemy controller in his hand, and was like, oh my god bro, I got game. GG noob. But he did not read any of my cards at all. I could have easily negated the Silent Magician effect. I mean the enemy controller with Silent Magician. But you know why I didn't? Because if I do that, that kid is gonna go to his friends and be like, man, Silent Magician is so busted, it's pay to win, it shouldn't be in the game. He's not gonna realize that he needs to learn how to play the game. So instead of him blaming my Silent Magician for his loss, I let him be embarrassed. And I know that's kind of mean at this point, but I let him embarrass himself by allowing the effect to go through. You get my Silent Magician. What does that get you, bud? That does not get you lethal because you don't have any cards in hand. And now I'm going to BM just because I can. This is all extra. I didn't have to do this, but I'm doing it anyways. We're gonna destroy the Whiz and then attack directly. Attacking with Cyber-Stein too for the extra BM. That just annoyed me, man. He made that play so confidently, like, dude, I got you, that I had to save it. I had to show it. And hopefully he watches this and he's like, yeah, that was bad. I need to read out my cards. Now we got a Pegasus. And I don't remember what this guy was running. Pegasus are always weird, man. It's always something random. I actually ran into an extra for hire today. They're running Mind Scan. We're going first. We have Silent Burning and Dealing, so that is an instant Silent Magician. To go with, you know, Gravekeeper's Recruiter. We're going up against Destiny Heroes with no extra deck. So not Destiny Heroes, I guess. Wing Krivo, I'm still have no idea what I'm going up against. We're gonna see another Destiny Hero Decider. Oh, I remember this. So this guy had to spend so many cards just to get rid of my Silent Magician that it should let you know how good Silent Magician is by itself, if you didn't already know. So he's gonna go Forbidden Chalice. I have to negate, otherwise my attack goes down to 1400. And then he's got a second Forbidden Chalice. This time, you know, he's gonna destroy it. I get to activate my effect, but he has Divine Wrath. So he spent 2 Chalice, Divine Wrath, and then 1 card for the Divine Wrath. 4 cards just to get rid of my Silent Magician and deal 200 damage. I mean, pretty good value for me. All he has is a Decider. I pick up another Dark World Dealings. Go double Dealings until I finally clutch out another Silent Burning. So unfortunately he did all that just for me to summon another Silent Magician. Run over his Decider. He's gonna set 1 card. Obviously I was expecting some sort of trap, so I go into my The Tricky so that I can normal summon Jinso. And this is pretty much devastating. I mean, if that's a spell, I can negate it. If that's a trap, he can no longer activate it. So pretty easy win after that. He gets a second back row, it's not gonna matter. And we just finish things off with the Jinso for good measure. Now we're into our last replay against Cyrus. Yeah, I actually had another deck, you know, for today's video, but Rapid showed me this morning, and I played it for half the day, and it was too fun to let it go unnoticed. So shout outs to my boy Rapid. I hope he watches this video. He never watches my videos, so maybe he watched this. So we have a pretty good opening hand. Recruiter and Silent Magician. You can never complain about that. We're gonna see double back row and a monster set, which is a Recon. So Beat is gonna go for Mayhem for Hire. I assumed this was some sort of bait, but it didn't matter. I might as well negate something right now. He's probably gonna get to summon something. Maybe he even has a second Mayhem for Hire. So we're gonna see Offerings to the Doom. So once again, this guy got rid of my Silent Magician. I don't get a Silent Magician level 8, but he had to spend a Mayhem for hire, Offerings to the Doom, which means he doesn't get to draw anything next turn, and then he's also spending his debunk. So 3 cards, including his draw. I'm sorry, 3 cards plus his draw. You know, he spent way too much. At this point, all I have to do is get over 1 beat for hire. I knew I had the game in the back, but believe it or not, I do this on purpose, because it's gonna seem like a misplay, but I did this on purpose. I imagine there was no way he makes that play unless he has something to protect his beat for hire. So I immediately thought there was no delays or anything, so this has to be a wall of disruption. I purposely run into the wall of disruption because I know he's not gonna get to draw. I know he's gonna attack me directly, and that's gonna make my life cost 0 live, which means I can BM this man into oblivion. So we're gonna go for Gatling Dragon, double Gatling Dragon, activate the effect, destroy his beat, destroy my Gatling Dragon, summon my Blue Eyes Ultimate White Dragon, activate my Treacherous Trap Hole just for the BM. I'm just showing him that there was no way he was gonna win this duel. I had it the whole time. Summon my 2 other monsters to clear my entire extra deck. We're gonna see Panzer Dragon go in for the win with the Prismatic. You know, I had to show it off. I'm so glad I was able to use Panzer Dragon in this deck, because I've had that Prismatic for the longest time, and it never gets the proper screen time that it deserves. Yeah, so that's it for the deck. You know, nothing crazy, because you've seen the Silent Magician, you've seen the Gravekeepers, but the Cyber-Stein Spice, I thought made the deck really fun to play, and hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. Join my Discord if you haven't, the link will be down in the description, along with my PayPal link if you guys want to support my channel, support my content. I really appreciate that, and till next time.